Nitrogen is the lifeblood of your garden. Without it, your plants simply can't thrive. This essential nutrient is a fundamental building block for all plant growth, playing a crucial role in everything from leaf development to the production of vital proteins and enzymes. When your soil is rich in nitrogen, you'll notice your plants growing vigorously, with strong stems and lush, vibrant foliage that's a deep, healthy green. But when nitrogen is lacking, the effects are hard to miss. Plants turn pale or yellow. Their growth slows dramatically, and your harvest can be disappointing. Young leaves may look especially weak, and the entire garden can seem tired and lifeless. This is because nitrogen is directly involved in the process of photosynthesis, which is how plants convert sunlight into the energy they need to grow. It's the core of chlorophyll, the green pigment that powers photosynthesis and fuels lush, vigorous growth. Without enough nitrogen, plants can't make enough chlorophyll, and their ability to capture sunlight and produce food is severely limited. In nature, nitrogen cycles endlessly as microbes and earthworms break down dead leaves, roots, and other organic matter, releasing nitrogen back into the soil to feed new life. This natural recycling process is what keeps wild ecosystems healthy and balanced, ensuring that plants always have access to the nutrients they need. But, in our gardens, every time we harvest vegetables or remove plant material, we're actually taking nitrogen out of the soil. Over time, this can leave the soil depleted and unable to support healthy plant growth unless we take steps to replenish it. That's why gardeners must step in by adding compost, organic fertilizers, or planting nitrogen-fixing cover crops. We can restore the balance and keep our soil fertile. These practices not only feed our plants, but also support the beneficial microbes and earthworms that help make nutrients available. Understanding this cycle is key. When you know how nitrogen moves through your garden, you can make smarter choices about how and when to feed your soil, ensuring your plants always have what they need to flourish. You're not just feeding plants, you're nurturing a living ecosystem beneath the surface. Healthy soil teems with life, and every handful is packed with organisms working together to support your garden's success. By working with nature and respecting the nitrogen cycle, you'll grow healthier, more resilient crops, and enjoy a more abundant, beautiful harvest season after season. Synthetic fertilizers offer a quick fix, fast green growth, instant results, but they bypass soil life, starving beneficial microbes and leaving soil dependent on chemicals. Excess nitrogen washes away, polluting waterways and harming the environment. Over time, your soil weakens, plants become less resilient, and you're stuck in a cycle of chemical dependency. The shortcut comes at a long-term cost to your garden and the planet. Skip the chemicals and say goodbye to synthetic fertilizers that can harm your soil and the environment. Instead, let's embrace a more natural, eco-friendly approach to feeding your garden. You can easily make your own nitrogen-rich tea at home using simple ingredients you probably already have in your garden or yard. This homemade fertilizer is not only effective but also safe for your plants, pets, and the planet. Start by gathering fresh green materials, comfrey leaves, nettles, untreated grass clippings, or even common weeds like dandelion. These plants are packed with nutrients, especially nitrogen, which is essential for healthy plant growth and vibrant green foliage. Chop your greens and fill a large bucket about 2/3 full. Next, cover the plant material with non-chlorinated water. Rainwater works great if you have it. Add a spoonful of sugar or molasses to the mix. This will help feed the beneficial microbes that do the real work. Stir the mixture thoroughly to combine everything. Then cover the bucket loosely with a lid or cloth to keep out debris while still allowing air to circulate. Place your bucket in a shady spot in the garden so it doesn't overheat. The sugar, or molasses, acts as food for the microbes, jump-starting their activity. As they break down the green materials, they release nitrogen and other nutrients into the water, creating a powerful, natural fertilizer. Stir your mixture every day or two to keep the process active and ensure plenty of oxygen for the microbes. This helps speed up decomposition and prevents unpleasant odors. After 1 to 3 weeks, depending on temperature and materials, you'll notice the liquid turning a rich, dark color. That's your signal that the tea is ready and packed with nutrients for your plants. Making your own nitrogen tea is simple, sustainable, and completely free. It's a fantastic way to recycle garden waste, boost your plants naturally, and support a healthier ecosystem right in your backyard. Inside the bucket, microbes feast on sugars and plant matter, multiplying rapidly. They break down tough plant fibers, releasing nitrogen in forms plants can absorb. Bubbling and a funky, earthy smell mean the brew is alive and working. Stirring adds oxygen, helping beneficial microbes thrive. When bubbling slows and the liquid turns dark, your tea is ready. You've created a living fertilizer, rich in nutrients and beneficial microbes. Once your compost tea has finished brewing, it's time to put it to use. Start by straining the finished tea through a fine mesh or cloth to remove any solid particles. This step is important to prevent clogging your watering can or sprayer. Next, dilute the tea. Mix 1 part compost tea with 10 parts water. This gentle solution is safe for most plants and ensures you don't overwhelm delicate roots with too many nutrients at once. When applying, pour the diluted tea directly around the base of your plants, focusing on the root zone. Avoid pouring on the leaves, as this helps prevent disease and ensures the nutrients go straight to where they're needed most, the soil and the roots. This method feeds both the plants and the living organisms in your soil, creating a thriving underground ecosystem. Don't toss out the leftover sludge at the bottom of your brewing bucket. This nutrient-rich material can be added back into your compost pile, where it will continue to break down and enrich your compost. Alternatively, you can spread it directly onto your garden beds as a slow-release fertilizer, giving your soil an extra boost over time. Over time, using compost tea regularly will help your plants grow stronger, healthier, and more resilient. The natural nutrients and beneficial microbes in the tea support steady, vigorous growth and help build soil health for the long term. You'll notice your vegetables and flowers looking more vibrant and productive. With consistent use, your garden will become lusher, your plants will be greener and tougher, and your harvests will be more abundant. Compost tea is a simple, sustainable way to boost productivity without synthetic chemicals. By making and using compost tea, you're closing the nutrient loop in your garden. You're recycling kitchen and garden waste, working in harmony with nature and growing healthier, tastier food for your family. Every batch of tea is a step toward a more sustainable garden. Remember, the best gardens always start with healthy living soil, and a little homemade nitrogen magic goes a long way. With compost tea, you're nurturing your plants from the ground up, ensuring a thriving garden for seasons to come.